up, everybody? Neroami Alucard back again for yet another YouTube video, and today we are talking about a game that is the definition of the phrase missed potential, and of course I am referring to Crash Twinsanity, which you see in the footage. Duh. But anyway, this game is an example of a missed opportunity for a lot of potential, for a lot of reasons, really. One was the game had to be rushed due to development issues, and they needed to meet a deadline, and as such, a lot of content got cut at the 11th hour, and a lot of it you can still see in the game if you find the gems. And, I'm only doing one take of this, but yeah, that's the main reason was due to issues that occurred during development. They had to rush it, which caused a lot of content to be cut. Another reason is, while Twinsanity certainly felt solid, as a game, it feels like there was just something missing. It had the humor, and it had it had a great take on the Crash Bandicoot formula, which was pretty simple at that point, and even though the platforming genre was sort of in a decline by that point, it was still possible to make a solid platforming game and have it do reasonably well. So, like I said, Twinsanity's main issue was the issues that occurred during development. So, you know what? Let me have a chance at it. Let's see if I can design Crash Twinsanity hypothetically in a way that lives up to its potential. And starting with number one, we're delaying the game a year. That's key point number one. We're delaying the game a year. That way, we can finish polishing it, make sure all the content that was intended to be in the original release is in the final release of the game, and potentially do a GameCube release to maximize profit. And the thing about Crash Twinsanity is it was a humor-focused game. It still had its moments of kind of being serious, but the majority of the reason people liked the game is the humor. So from there, we're going to be focusing on to add more opportunities for jokes. We're going to have another dimension or another world you have to go through. In the final game, there are only 3 true worlds: Insanity Isle, the Academy of Evil, and the 9th dimension. Well, there's the ice world where Cortex's lab is in Antarctica, and you have there the Academy of Evil and the 9th dimension. So 4 worlds, actually. My mistake. So from there, we say, okay, what are we going to do for the next world? My idea was, because this game is driven by humor, is we say that due to the events that occurred in Crash Bandicoot 3, which centered around time travel, the 8th dimension was flooded with, there's actually collapsing and merging with Spyro's world. Because Crash and Spyro were seen as the 2 platforming mascots for the PlayStation during its heyday, so why not have an instance of making fun of elements of both games, of the original Crash Bandicoot games and the original Spyro games. You can even have the boss of this world, the nasty Nork, and a younger version of Uka Uka merged with each other, and you fight him with Spyro before finishing off the evil twins. And we also say that due to the evil twins, they managed to resurrect Nasty Nork. Anyway, the last big change I make to Crash Twinsanity to make it, live up to the potential that it had, because there was a lot of potential with Crash Twinsanity. I feel like had it been given time to, fully season in terms of development, it would have been able to live up to it. So from a design standpoint, now I recently replayed Crash Twinsanity. This isn't my footage of it you're watching, obviously, but I recently replayed Crash Twinsanity, and I was a bit curious. I began to wonder, how the heck could this game be refined to the point where it could have been really worth the money? And one thing, design-wise, I would change fundamentally is have the worlds be more linear. And what I mean by that is you can do this one of 2 ways, actually. You would have multiple hub worlds, multiple level structure that Spyro had in his original day. You went through 3 to 5 hub worlds. He had 10 to 15 levels in each one, and boom, there you go. Or you can do it the way they tried to do it, which was have every level be story driven, and after you finish one, you go to the next one. The problem with this, and especially this happens really especially in the Academy of Evil section of levels, is that it's kind of unclear as to where you're supposed to go, if that makes any sense. It doesn't I don't understand a game shouldn't hold your hand through every little thing. There has to be some semblance of common sense, but if you can't find the next level or the next area you're supposed to go to and it's not a Metroidvania game, then there's a problem. So what I would do is either have the worlds of the game be hub worlds and to visit each one, over time in any order you want, or if you want to do it story or linearly, have it be clear as to where the heck you're supposed to go next. Right, or situate the level so that there's one right after they occur one right after the other, and they have a level select to go back and get the any collectibles you may be missing. And that's really about it. I feel like Crash Bandicoot Twinsanity, had these things been done, it would be less divisive for one thing, because I think that because people I've noticed that are fans of Crash Bandicoot either really love this game or can't stand it, and I feel like had the game been given enough time to fully develop, to be able to be developed and iron out all the problems and put all the cut content, or at least more of the cut content into the game, then I feel like it could have been a game that really helped platforming kind of stay relevant. Because by the time the later 2000s came around, the first-person shooter really came into prominence throughout then in the 2010s, and it felt like the platformer had died. But Crash Bandicoot, if the platformer was still going to go into sort of that stasis period it went into at the time, then what a way for it to have gone out. But that's how I feel about it. Let me know if you agree in the comments below. Feel free to follow me on any and all social media. With all that being said, I am Nero on the Alucard. I do hope you enjoyed this video. Please like, share, and subscribe if you want more. Now I must go. My planet does in fact need me. Peace.